All right, Shalom. Excuse me. Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to those who elect. Now, I just want to do a quick thought, on a chapter I was reading. I didn't finish it, but Sirach 23. It had a few good verses that I want to go into in the beginning that some of them link up, with Psalm 64, which we know, that a lot of brothers bring out is verse 2, but I'm gonna read Sirach really fast. Sirach 23. I'm gonna read a few verses, and Lord's willing is edifying, link it up with some other precepts. But this is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 23. This is a part of the Apocrypha, which was originally part of the King James Bible. All right, it says, Sirach 23:1, O Lord, Father and Governor of all my whole life, leave me not to their counsel, and let me not fall by them. Right? And whose counsel is this talking about? It's talking about the wicked. It's talking about the wicked, all right, which are you Edomites, which Edomites go back to a man named Esau, and it's majority of you so-called white people, majority. All right. And majority of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans go back to a man named Jacob. OK, and he was the forefather of the Israelites. All right. So this has been a continuous war, Jacob versus Esau throughout generations. So this is what it's talking about when it says, leave me not to their counsels and let me not fall by them, because Esau is constantly has wicked counsels on how to destroy the Israelites. They got the Bohemian Grove and everything. All right. They're constantly kidnapping children and sacrificing them to Satan, all so that they can continue to fulfill their, to try to bring their NWO, all right, into make it work, into fruition, if that's the right word. All right. But this is what it's talking about. And let me not fall by them. And this goes to show you that we got people that are seeking our downfall, man. These elites know who we are. They know who the true men of the Lord are. They know what the truth is. And they are constantly trying to find ways to bring us down. That's why it says, verse 2, who will set scourges over my thoughts in the discipline of wisdom over mine heart, that they spare me not for my ignorance, and it pass not by my sins. So Esau is merciless, but that's why we constantly seek the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, to get that, like I said, in the discipline of wisdom, over his mind. And it says, and pass not by my sins. Verse 3, lest mine ignorance increase and my sins abound to my destruction, and I fall before mine adversaries, and my enemy rejoice over me, whose hope is far from thy mercy. Reading these few verses, it made me think of, Psalm 64, and I'm going to start at 1. It says, to the chief musician, a psalm of David, hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked and the insurrection of workers of iniquity. And that's constantly what we're battling. The insurrection, the workers of iniquity is all around us. So that's why we need to constantly pray and fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because we're in enemy territory, man. And this devil is constantly looking for ways to disrupt your day-to-day life, right? Whether it be the air we breathe, the food that we eat, all right, on the job, and these elites, man, are putting out high-level enchantments. And a lot of people in the masses are starting to wake up to the enchantments that they're constantly putting out, whether it be through social media or these different celebrities. Right. So that word for insurrection, it says ragash, right? And it says scheming. It says company, insurrection. It says throng and company. But I like where it says the word scheming, meaning they plotting. It says, right, from the insurrection, from the scheming of the workers of iniquity. So we need the Lord to protect us from their schemes and from their plans. That's why when Christians come up and be like, I'm saved. Well, what are you saved from? Because he has yet to really pull out, yet we have yet to all hell to break loose. And that's really when you're going to see this devil's true horns. And you're really going to see everything that he's been working on, all right, as we speak. They got tons of stuff stored up, man. Tons of technology that the masses hasn't seen yet. So this is why you need faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai to protect you from these different things. All right, this is going back to Sirach 23, and I was at verse 4. It says, O Lord, Father and power of my life, give me not a proud look, but turn away from thy servants always a haughty mind. And that's just always good to reiterate to yourself in this truth. Humility. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say the greater you are, the more humble thou shalt be. So always, I always pray and always keep in mind, to remain humble, man. Now it says, verse 5, turn away from me vain hopes and concupiscence. Now I looked up that word concupiscence, if I'm saying it right. I looked up that word in the etymology, and it says ardent desire, improper or illicit desire, lustful feeling. So basically it's that lust, that lust demon. On the Google definition, it says strong sexual desire and lust. So that's that strong sexual desire, meaning, hey, especially over here in Babylon, that's constantly pushed out, man. Is because they worship Baphomet and different gods that have that go back. Baphomet got the whole transgender thing going, but that's definitely something that we need to always pray and keep on our mind. Turn away from me vain hopes and those strong sexual desires, man, because there's nothing but temptations out here. You scroll through social media and everything, you're seeing half-naked women that are married, you know what I'm saying? And just constantly, they're constantly pushing this just gender-neutral thing and my body, my choice. So you got women just posting naked videos and men walking around naked. It's this is a very overly sexual kingdom we're living in. So, you got to make sure that when you're walking about here, you keeping your mind focused and locked in, man. Just because you see a pretty woman, you know what I'm saying? You can't let that consume you, I know that's definitely a battle out, like I said, especially in Babylon, man. This is a very, like I said, overly sexual and this wicked ass kingdom is full of nothing but temptation, man. Lustful temptation that's attacking your flesh, So it said, turn away from me vain hopes and concupiscence. Yeah, vain hopes, meaning like different aspirations, you may have had in this world aren't important no more. All right. Not saying that you can't work, and strive, to get a better job, more pay and different things, work on your body. But we don't have vain hopes like living to try to get famous and, being a millionaire and a billionaire in this society. Those are vain hopes. It says, and thou shalt hold him up that is desirous always to serve thee. So I've read that verse and it was really, it really hit, man, because at the end of the day, these vain hopes and the concupiscence, these are all, desires of the flesh, so we constantly got to pray to keep, pray to the Lord, to increase our spirit and turn away these carnal desires, because that's going to make you grow in the spirit. That's why it's good to fast and different things like that, because the more that you can detach yourself from this flesh, the more you can hone in on the spirit and what's really important. And that's why I said, and thou shalt hold him up that is desirous always to serve thee. Because at the end of the day, We just want to serve the Lord. But there's constantly demons and different things that are trying to block you and get in your way from doing that. So it's a constant battle out here, man. That's why the scriptures always go into, how your mindset should be, putting on that new man and the fruits of the spirit, because it all starts with the mind, Verse 6, it says, let not the greediness of the belly nor lust of the flesh take hold of me. And that's what I was talking about. The lust of the flesh has taken hold on majority of our people out here, because majority of our people are full of vain hopes, vain hopes. They got ridiculous sexual desire to the point where they're being simps for women. This is how we don't want to be. Right? It said, let not the greediness of the belly, which we know is talking about the mind, nor the lust of the flesh take hold of me, and give not over me thy servant into an impudent mind. Now I'm gonna go into that word impudent. Impudent, the late 14th century, it says, without shame, shameless. Ashamed, modest, so a shameless mind. A lot of our people out here are lacking integrity. Impudent, it says, not showing due respect for another person. These are just characteristics that we don't want to have. Verse 7, it says, those were the points that I wanted to hit in this chapter, 1 through 6. Like I said, it was, quick thoughts, because I definitely felt these verses edifying, and, different verses in the Apocrypha always have, verses that really help your mindset and help you stay focused, tips on wisdom. So, hey, with that, Lord's willing, this was edifying. I just want to go into that briefly. All right, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.